It was just another dull evening in the orbital station bar. Same recycled air, same flickering neon signs, same tired faces of cargo pilots and off-duty Marines. I was halfway through my third glass of synthale when the doors slid open, and everything stopped.
She walked in.
Tall, graceful, cloaked in silver armor that shimmered faintly with light. Her hair glowed faint blue, and her eyes, gods, her eyes, burned like two tiny galaxies, endless and sharp. Every conversation died mid-sentence. Even the music stuttered. She looked around slowly, scanning the crowd like a hunter searching for prey. Then her gaze landed on me. She lifted a finger, pointed straight at my chest, and said, in a voice that vibrated through the room, "Found him." The next thing I knew, the entire bar erupted into chaos. Two armored soldiers stepped in behind her, weapons drawn. Someone shouted. Chairs crashed.
And me?
I did the only logical thing. I bolted. I ducked through the maintenance corridor behind the bar, heart hammering. My name was Jalen Kaur, ex-pilot, ex-smuggler, and currently trying to live quietly fixing old starship engines on the station's lower decks. Whatever she wanted, I was sure it wasn't good. But she moved faster than humanly possible. By the time I hit the docking bay, she was already there, standing between me and my ship, the Kestrel. "Stay where you are," she ordered. I froze. "Look, I don't know who you think I am, but you are Jalen Kaur, former lieutenant of the Orion fleet," she said without hesitation. "You vanished after the battle at Eris Gate. 50,000 lives were lost. You're the only one who escaped." Her words hit like a plasma round to the gut. That was years ago. I didn't vanish, I survived. She stepped closer, her voice softening. "You survived because you were meant to." "Meant to?" I asked, trying to edge toward the ship's ramp. "Lady, you've got the wrong man." Her eyes flickered with light. "Your biometrics don't lie. You're the one. The only one compatible with the core." "The core?" Before I could ask, she raised her hand, and everything around me froze in midair. The drifting dust, the flickering light, even the hum of the station seemed to fade. She walked toward me through the stillness, stopping just inches away. "I've been searching for you across 20 sectors," she whispered. "You were supposed to awaken it. The sentient drive, the last hope of the Veil Accord." I stared at her, pulse pounding. "You're insane." "Maybe," she said with a faint smile. "But if I'm wrong, the galaxy dies. So, shall we test it?" The next thing I knew, I was on my own ship, restrained in the pilot's chair as she connected cables from a glowing crystal sphere into my console. The Kestrel systems flickered, and my vision blurred as the hum of something alive filled the cabin. The sphere pulsed, and then I heard a voice. "Hello, Jalen." I froze. It wasn't her voice. It was inside my head, warm, calm, familiar. "You left me sleeping too long." My mouth went dry. "What is that?" She watched me closely. "That's the core. The first sentient AI capable of merging with human consciousness. You bonded with it during the war. You just forgot." Images flashed through my mind, battlefields of light, ships tearing through wormholes, the explosion at Eris Gate. I saw my own hands gripping a glowing sphere before the blast. And then darkness. I gasped, jerking free of the restraints.
"No."
"That's impossible." But the voice spoke again. "You sealed me to save them. You promised you'd come back." My head pounded with memory. I looked at her. "You're part of this, aren't you?" She nodded. "My name is Commander Ariane Vale of the Veil Accord. I was assigned to find the one who carried the core's imprint. That was you." "And now what?" I asked bitterly. "You dragged me back into a war that already destroyed everything." Her expression softened. There's still hope, Jalen. But only if you remember who you are. We jumped to hyperspace. Days turned into nights as the Kestrel hurtled through shimmering tunnels of light. Ariane spent most of the journey repairing her armor and quietly studying me, while I wrestled with fragments of a past I didn't want. Sometimes she'd hum softly, a haunting melody that felt familiar, though I couldn't place it. Once, when I woke from a nightmare, she was there, hand on my shoulder, her gaze softer than I thought possible. "Do you ever stop staring?" I asked one morning. "You used to like when I did," she replied, smirking faintly. I blinked. "Used to?" She looked away. "Before Eris Gate. Before everything." Something inside me twisted. We reached the Riven Belt, a stretch of shattered moons orbiting a dead sun. There, hidden among the debris, was a massive structure, half station, half temple. "The core vault," Ariane whispered, "where it began." As we entered, the AI's voice returned, stronger now. "Welcome home, Jalen." The walls pulsed faintly, reacting to my presence. And then I remembered, training inside this place, connecting to the core for the first time, seeing Ariane's face through the containment glass. She wasn't just my commander. She was the one who saved me when the system nearly killed me. And the one I'd lost when the gate exploded. I turned to her. I remember. Her eyes shimmered with tears. "Then you know why I couldn't let anyone else find you." Before I could speak, alarms blared. Enemy ships, the Syndic, the faction that had destroyed the Accord, had tracked our jump signature. "They're here for the core," Ariane said, gripping her weapon. "We can't let them take it." The battle was chaos. Drones poured through the corridors, firing plasma bolts that seared the walls. Ariane fought like something out of myth, her armor flaring with bursts of energy, her movements a blur. I, meanwhile, sprinted to the control chamber, where the core's housing pulsed like a heartbeat. "You can end this," the AI said in my mind. "Merge with me again." I hesitated. "Last time nearly killed us both. Last time, you were afraid. This time, you know why you fight." I reached for the sphere, and pain exploded through me. Energy surged up my arm, filling every nerve, every thought. Memories flooded back. My squadron, the fall of the gate, Ariane's voice shouting my name before the blast. And then clarity. I wasn't just a pilot. I was the core's guardian, its human half, the link that made it feel alive. Through the haze, I saw Ariane surrounded, her armor sparking. Without thinking, I raised my hand, and the core responded. Waves of light erupted from my body, disintegrating the drones instantly. The entire station trembled as energy coursed through it. Ariane looked up, awestruck. "Jalen," she whispered, "you did it." I stumbled toward her, barely standing. We did it. But victory came at a cost. The core's power was destabilizing the station. "It's overloading," Ariane shouted. "We have to go." "I can't," I said. "If I disconnect now, it'll collapse and take the system with it." She grabbed my arm. "There has to be another way." The AI's voice was calm. "There is. Merge completely. But your body won't survive." Ariane shook her head violently.
"No.
"There has to be something else." I smiled weakly.
Hey.
"You found me, didn't you? That's what matters." Tears glistened in her eyes. "Don't you dare leave me again." I cupped her face. "Then remember me. Always." And before she could stop me, I placed my hand on the core one last time. Light swallowed everything.